Reasons why beta male supply methods don't work. Today I'd want to shed some light on why most men's attempts to be the beta male provider usually fail. Okay, so let's back up and begin at square one. The phrase "I simply want to settle down" is frequently heard from unmarried men in their 20s, 30s, and even 40s. I see nothing wrong with committing to a partner for the long haul, whether that means marriage or not. However, I do have an issue with males who fail to see relationship warning signs. Also, I don't like how many men nowadays use their girlfriends as a safety net. Methods used by alpha males in a losing battle. A lot of dudes see it as an inevitable progression. Men believe that becoming engaged or married will improve their lot in life, regardless of their current circumstances. Many people wait for a long-term partner so they may settle down and enjoy life once they've found love. They imagine that once they're together, everything will improve and they'll finally be able to pull themselves together. A lot of dissatisfaction is generated from within this frame of thinking. This kind of thinking is the root cause of many unhappy marriages and broken relationships. What usually occurs, then, is as follows. A man is working below his abilities in an average job, is unimpressively fit, and isn't even close to reaching his full cerebral capacity. Regardless, he moves forward with a serious commitment, like marriage. Now that he is technically in a relationship, he feels everything is okay and he can relax. He loses motivation in his professional life, stops working out, and generally starts to feel like just another Joe. He releases his grip because he feels secure. His ship, he believes, has finally arrived. Relaxing, having fun with sex, watching TV after work, and being himself are all things he can do now. But shortly he will get the greatest shock of his life. He's losing out on all the sex he anticipated. The cheerful woman he dated became much more full of hooey as their relationship progressed. This is the point at which many male relationships begin to exhibit signs of strain. In most cases, the relationship either ends quickly, if you're lucky, or drags on for years as his partner fucks other guys behind his back. Does that seem overly severe? Alas, the reality is a cruel mistress. Don't believe Disney's portrayal of romantic relationships and how women function. You must be a man of worth to be considered for this role. This is the truth for men. You have to be a guy of worth if you want women to find you beautiful. There is simply no escaping it. In a relationship, women like to have a financially secure partner. When choosing a partner, they look for someone better off than themselves. Somebody they can look up to and appreciate as an individual. Somebody who goes out into the world and fights for justice. Relationships and marriage aren't a time to cease adding value to yourself and others. The majority of males are in this way. They imagine that after securing the female's hand in marriage, they can simply sit down and watch Netflix. What gives with men and their thinking like that? For what reason do males seem to desire to slow down and just settle? So, the solution is rather straightforward. The following is a truth that most guys would rather not face. You should strive perpetually to better yourself and add value to your life. Only in this way can you ensure you and the ladies you care about will be happy. The majority of alpha guys would rather not face this truth. They'd rather ignore this truth and spend their time binge watching on Netflix. When his girlfriend is messaging other males, he may huddle with her beneath the covers. A look into the world of the beta male carrier. In a long-term partnership or marriage, the beta male provider often views himself as safe, stable, no obligation. That's the way things work out. When the beta enters a relationship to give up all for the sake of his girl, the beta is condemned to fail. The requirements she has laid forth for him are the beta male litmus test. If he wants to pursue a serious commitment to her, like marriage, he must abide by her stipulations. He believes that if he plays by the rules and agrees to the conditions of the arrangement, he will be able to fuck her and live happily ever after. Most women have already lost some amount of respect for the guy on an unconscious level, which makes this bargain a non-starter. She will likely proceed with the arrangement nevertheless, all the better to have a reliable beta provider who can cover her expenses while she fucks alphas in her spare time. Does that seem overly severe? Okay, so you're not used to the real world. While it's true that not every woman engages in sexual promiscuity, the sad truth is that many do. Many more women engage in sexual activity than males realize. I was the alpha who slept with a few of these married ladies, so I know it happens. A lot of hot girls would come into my life, and we would have sexual encounters. Afterward, they assured me that it was simply a one-time occurrence because they are now married. Since I didn't know them, I didn't care. The more instances there were, though, the more I understood how frequent they are. Also, if I inquired further, I was met with the same answer. One who bores his wife to the point where she loses interest in him and he falls to the status of a second-rate spouse or boyfriend. How soon can I take it easy and spend some quality time with my girlfriend? To put it simply, never. In a word, yes. The mainstream male population has been given a feminist/Hollywood-inspired falsehood about what women desire. They have been assured that everything would work out as long as they act like a gentleman and provide for their girlfriend's requirements. When that wasn't enough, they went even further. They counseled males that revealing their innermost sentiments and emotions was the key to winning a woman's affection. They believed being open and honest was all that was needed. This weakness of beta was therefore marketed to males. Men, in general, were easily duped. Men, by nature, have a rosy view of marriage and the long-term commitment it represents. The men mistakenly believe that their spouses would love them more deeply if they display signs of weakness and tenderness. But they had no idea that others would hate them because of it. The fact that most women would rather not discuss is that they are more drawn to the alpha male. If they don't get the alpha, they'll settle with the beta and sneak off to fuck an alpha. In the battle of the sexes, alpha versus beta men. Despite what you may be thinking, there is still a chance. While most men start as betas, they often exhibit the traits of alphas as they mature. How you are conditioned as a youngster has lasting effects. Yet, you have the power to become alpha by consciously cultivating your inherent alpha traits. You get to decide. Each of us consists of two distinct components. A and B, to use their initials. The masculine hierarchy of alpha versus beta. Most males choose beta, which is unfortunate. Why? To be honest, it's not a difficult question to answer. It's a simple and risk-free way to achieve your goal of happiness. But the world has lied to them, and now that they know the truth, they refuse to accept it. Then, when things go south, they look for someone or anything to pin the blame on. The girls that abandon them for no reason are the ones they want to place the blame on. They're looking for someone to pin the blame on who fucked the alpha's woman. However, the fact was that his girlfriend was not to blame. Furthermore, the alpha was not to blame. They do what alphas do. The individual is the main source of trouble. But the vast majority insists otherwise. Now, what do you think? They try the same thing in a new relationship and end up in the same place. Alpha method. The alpha path may be more challenging, but it also offers the greatest potential payoff. Why do females find alpha males so appealing? The alpha man attracts women since she is not his priority. That's a fact, and she's well aware of it. A selfish alpha. For him, nothing is more important than his missions. He values his life and his work above anything else. It needs his undivided attention. He may determine the terms of his existence. When women do enter his life, it is on his terms. Whatever he says goes. He doesn't suffer from emo tendencies or cases of the hump. He isn't the kind to go for the first female who shows interest. The ladies in his life are well aware of the fact that they all want to be with him. He understands what he's worth. Additionally, he is more appealing to women because he appreciates his worth. He is continuously working to better himself in terms of his job, physical health, and mental acumen. He is aware of this fact. When it comes to being an alpha male, he never misses a beat. He knows that he risks losing everything if he relaxes his standards of excellence. That keeps on bothering him. He continues to feel perpetual hunger as a result. He is unafraid of the dangers and benefits of the alpha lifestyle. That makes him very happy. His self-assurance grows as he works hard and sees his progress over time. As the saying goes, you get what you ask for, and the alpha gets exactly what he wants in life. For this reason, betas are inadequate. They beg for leftovers and receive them because they have to. Most betas refuse to go through the initiation process to become alphas. Conclusion. You have to identify a goal, dedicate yourself to it, and be willing to do it alone if you want to be an alpha. You should be ready to do the journey alone. You'll be destined to live in perpetual beta if you give in to your fears and stop trying. It's not easy to escape after you've been sucked into that lifestyle. In such a case, make a call and ditch beta. It is time to begin your solo walks.